My name's Cara Downey, and I'm an ambivert. At first, when I got the book Quiet, I thought it was going to be this boring book that we were forced to read, and I wasn't going to find it interesting. But that's quite the opposite. I found it really intriguing. You really get to learn about yourself as a person, and you get to compare yourself to other people that Kane interviewed in the book. What's an ambivert? Well, I had no idea what that was until I took the test on page 13, and at first I definitely thought I was going to get introvert. I just very quiet and shy, but maybe I do have some extrovert qualities. So I took the quiz and I got ambivert. I had no idea what this word meant. So I looked it up, and in layman's term, it basically means a little bit of extrovert, a little bit of introvert. And I really believe that's who I am. Because when I was younger, I was such an introvert. I would hide behind my mom's legs all the time. We went to Disney and I didn't want to see the characters. I didn't want to go take a picture with Mickey or Cinderella. I hid behind my mom's legs. And then one time at the mall, I was walking around and I never wanted anyone to see my face. I always had my face covered or behind my mom. And we were walking and I walked right into a column in the mall just because I didn't want anyone to see my face. I smacked my head right into it because my mom went left and I went right. Also, there's an interview with Kane on CNN, and it talks about how just because your child did that when they were younger, hid behind your leg, doesn't mean you're going to find a 50-year-old woman or a 25-year-old man hiding behind their mother's legs. They grow out of it because you have to help them grow out of it. You can't just accept a person for an introvert, extrovert when you're a child. Like, you need to show them that there's different ways of life, and it's not okay to be an introvert. It's not okay to be an extrovert. You grow over time, and I believe that's true. Like, I was an introvert my whole life. I never thought that I would be getting to a communications field, but I believe I'm a chameleon and I can blend in with different walks of life, and I can talk to people very easily and make small talk. And yes, that's hard for people who are introverts to make small talk, but it's something you have to kind of overcome, and I feel like I have, thanks to my mom. I actually got held back in first grade because I wasn't socializing as much, and I'm so thankful my mom did that to me because it made me realize you kind of have to step up your game. You need to socialize or else you're gonna be stuck sitting by yourself in a corner, and that's boring to me. I like to socialize, and yes, my introvert ways can hinder being in this business of I want to be in PR in communications field. It can hinder it, but I think it also helps me understand people that are introverts, and I can help them get words out of them, and I can talk to them because I understand that yes, it's hard for them to make small talk, and I'll know which people are extroverts and which people are introverts, and that's why I do believe I'm a chameleon. I can blend in with the introverts and extroverts, and I think that's what being ambivert is. It's a little bit of both. You understand both. Also, being a people person really helps in being in PR, and I feel like I am. I love to talk, and obviously I like to talk with my hands. I'm Italian, and I just love to entertain, and I really would love to get into the event planning industry. It seems very interesting to put on this whole big production just for one night, but it's just to entertain people and watch them all have fun, and it just seems so, I guess, magical in a way. And my dream would be working behind the scenes for the Grammys or the Emmys. Like, that would mean the world to me if I actually got to do that. Also, in event planning, I think it's necessary to be, I guess, a chameleon. I'll use the word again, because you're going to be dealing with people that are introverts and extroverts, and you need to communicate business contacts, and that's needed in this field. You need to make contacts with people. You need to have, if you need someone as a chef, you have a friend right there, and communicating is number one. And if you're an introvert, yes, it's going to be hard to do that, so you might need to put on this front when you are in this field, but it doesn't mean that you're any less of a hard worker. It's just you have different ways of doing things. And Kane says on page 173, stay true to your nature, and I 100% agree to that. If you're an introvert or an extrovert or ambivert, stay true to that, because that's who you are. And yes, it might be hard for an introvert to communicate with an extrovert because they're just loud and boisterous, but it it's something that you need to learn as being in a communications field. I love being an ambivert because I get to see both sides of the spectrum, and I will understand an extrovert and an introvert, and I believe that's necessary in my field of work that I would like to be in. You need to be able to entertain both sides of the spectrum, and it's helpful being introvert. I'm 50-50. I'm a chameleon. I'm going to blend in with different walks of life. And I believe stay true to your nature. Don't change for anyone. If you're an extrovert, an introvert, an ambivert, be that, and use it as your advantage. Thanks.